Welcome to Science on Saturday. This time from Saints Row 4. Well, I'd say most people probably have played this game. How unfortunate, they start talking just when I started the video. How rude. Anyway, back to the video. I wanted to talk about something that seems to be troubling to a lot of people, because you know what the problem often is, what people say about games. Games make people violent. Now, do games really make people violent, or are people just sometimes violent by nature? Well, I think anyone that plays games will probably know the answer to that, because usually people that talk shit about games don't play games themselves, usually with good reason, because they don't like it, or they just didn't grow up with them and they think it's stupid. You know, it's a lot of prejudice. People just talk shit about it. But let's talk about one of the games that is actually very well, not very popular by some parents and maybe political figures. Then they talk about, well, this is Saints Row 4. It's Saints Row games are known to be very violent, and oh yeah, it's bad. Your kids shouldn't play this shit. But really, what is so bad about this game? Then I wonder. I mean, just look at Saints Row 4. This game, you can actually play as a character that has technically superpowers. Well, that's because you're in a simulation, you know, it's not like you're a superhero for real, but it's technically, as you can see a little bit in my outfit, I look a little bit like Neo. Of course, I'm a more Hispanic version of that. Of course, naturally, I mean, I have to think about my roots, but it's pretty cool that you have so much freedom, and that you can do whatever you want to do. And I kind of like that about this. But then people are like, well, hello, ladies. It's you can do whatever you want. And then of course some people would be like, do these games make you violent? Well, I don't think they actually make me violent. Actually, it's a lot of fun. See, people would say this is wrong, and I'd say it's wrong, but in a game it's fun. So, in case you couldn't really see what I was doing, I was shoving this thing up their rectum and then launching them with it, which was actually pretty funny. See, like on this guy. Every time I see them like this, it's just hilarious. Like, no, what is going on? I can fly. See, some might see, oh, this is badly violent. Look at this. A woman is dead in the street and gets run over. So you think like, oh, this is terrible. What is going on here? But wait a second, it's just a game. It's not real. Is that bad? No, it's not bad. So let's get back to the violent part. So maybe you're a scumbag and you're like, I like violence, which is okay, of course, as long as it's in a game, you know. But you know, learn to know the difference. But let's say I shoot innocent people here. Like this is you know, this would be frowned upon. Like in real life, people would be like, no, you can't do it. See, aliens already come. Like, aliens? Yes, aliens. It's a game, remember? It's not real. So what I'm doing now, literally, is shooting people in the street, being well, what some people would say, oh, that's disturbing. But really, is it? I mean, I'm just playing a game. I don't suddenly feel an urge to be well, go crazy with killing people in real life. I know this is a game. I'm just having fun. And then these people that say, oh my, these games, they make you so violent. No. I mean, sure, if you've seen some of my videos, you know that sometimes I can be unhappy, to put it mildly. You know, I have a bad temper. But that's not because of games, that's just my nature. I'm a bit of a scumbag. I get mad easily, and, well, when I get mad, I become a little bit more vocal and, you know, less pleasant. But that's not because games made me this way. I was born this way. I'm just that type of asshole that, you know, gets mad easy. And it's just, I don't blame games for that. Games actually help me ventilate some of my frustrations or rage. And actually, if I show that in games, then I don't do that in real life. Which is actually pretty cool. I mean, I behave like a scumbag maybe here, but I seem to be okay in real life. Because once again, I know the difference between one and the other. Just because I go on a killing spree here, doesn't mean that I'm like, oh yeah, now I have to do it also in real life. No, that's not how it works. Now, I know that it's easy to put the, to make the connection like, oh yeah, well, if you do, if you play a lot of violent games like Call of Duty or this Saints Row, GTA, all that, then it's dangerous. People shouldn't play that. I don't think it's really that bad. I guess I would say that it's probably not a good idea to let little kids play games like that. I mean, sure, you could say it's just for fun and all that, but I don't think it's good when you you know, misbehave like that, because it's not right to do bad things in real life. Of course, I mean, I would never say like, oh yeah, it's okay to do that. No, not quite. But you know, sometimes you just you know, have a bad day or something. But I find it very important that you don't act on that. You know, as in, well, I'm having a bad day, so now I'm going to do bad things for her. I'd say, why don't you just play a game? You know, a game like this, like Saints Row 4 or whatever Saints Row, or maybe a GTA, and just go crazy here, you know? Just shoot some people and do stuff like this, and then you're like, well, that's not right. But let's not forget, this is a game. I'm not actually hurting anyone. I'm just shooting, you know, made up characters, and, well, I know that this is not real, and that actually makes it also okay. But see, if I'd be actually killing real people here, you know, and every person I'd kill here would mean a real person would die, then I of course wouldn't do that, because that's not what you do, and it's wrong. Let's not forget that, of course. So it's really something that I'm like, I maybe some people have difficulties understanding that, you know. But once again, this is where that comes from. That whole people that usually talk shit about games usually never play games themselves. So it's easy to judge something you've never played before, or what you've just seen from some videos. You know, if you've seen some videos of me raging, you might think, oh man, those games make people so violent. No, that's just me being me. I'm a bad loser. So when I lose with a game or just perform badly, I get annoyed. And when I get annoyed, I get mad. And when I get mad, well, then you see me behaving like an asshole. So technically, that's that. It's not a game that makes me violent. It's probably a bit of my own nature, you know, just being a bad person. And then you could say, well, so games bring out the worst in you. Maybe that's true. Maybe a game does kind of bring out some bad stuff in me. But I also have to admit that games also help me relax a little bit, you know. Like when I play a Minecraft, I actually kind of relax. I kind of enjoy that. But also this, you know, just going crazy, blowing things up. Talking about blowing things up. I can, see, I can just do whatever I want without actually hurting anyone and having fun. See? It's cool. And this is something I think a lot more games should have. You know? Not high stress, not a lot of annoyance, just fun. Because guess what? Games are meant to be fun. And a lot of times they actually are fun. And that's something I seem to be missing a lot in some games. But even if a game is not always fun, that doesn't automatically make it a violent one. Like, oh, what am I playing here? So it's really something what I think, like, yeah, games don't make you violent. When you're a violent person, then you're violent, you know? It's not the game that suddenly decides to make you violent, because that's a load of bullshit. Now, I had some crew members here, but I still haven't found it. Oh, yeah, I'm a little bit rubbish with the controls here, but... So, well, getting back to the violence in games. Honestly, I don't think games make you violent. I'm not gonna pretend to say like, oh yeah, games are completely innocent. I guess sometimes it can have an influence on you, but still, it's you. You're doing that, you know. It's also like when people say, for example, guns kill people. No, actually, people kill people. Guns just make it easier for people to kill people. Now, I'm not saying that games make it easier for people to kill, or make it easier for people to turn bad or something. No, I still think that's just you. You know, it comes from you. Games don't make you violent, and you know, even though I'm blowing up shit now, I don't feel the need to do that in real person. Hell, I don't even want to do that. I just like to do that in a game, but, you know, and then you might say, well, you're a grown-up, so you probably know better. Well, I don't think kids would automatically do that. But once again, I do think you should have a certain age thing on games, like, you know, not giving games to everyone. Because I do think that certain games are just not appropriate for kids. Sometimes, you know, the scarier ones, you know, maybe something like Silent Hill or something, that I know for certain would be nothing for kids. But I really enjoy playing games, and I honestly cannot imagine that a game would suddenly turn someone who isn't violent into a violent person. You know? Sure, we all have moments in games that we're mad or upset about something. But, once again, that's usually frustration. And frustration doesn't mean you're a violent person. It just means you're annoyed by something. And it could be by another player who fucks you over with something, or maybe the game itself that, well, also fucks you over with something like, oh yeah, that wasn't a kill, or, you know, you got killed that easily by a computer-controlled character. Sure, that might annoy you and it might frustrate you, but does that turn you into a violent person? No. It's usually just a moment that you're like, shit, fuck, oh man, fuck this shit, and, you know, it's frustration, you're annoyed. But it doesn't make you a violent person. Okay then. So I still hear my crew, but they're nowhere around me. Apparently I made them disappear. Anyway, that's about it for today, I think. It's just you're deadbeat. It's just fun, you know. I mean, games are fun. Let's never ever forget that part. That games are fun and should always be fun. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that is one of my teammates. Well, what do you know? So that's that's about it. What I wanted to say about violence in games. I don't. Oh, here they are. Isn't it weird that sometimes in futuristic stuff, women seem to be wearing shiny outfits? Yeah, maybe it's just me, you know, that I seem to notice that, but it's not that I object. I mean, sure, it looks good, but it's a little bit like, yeah, I just don't see that happen for real. But anyway, I seem to be a little bit sidetracked there, but it's fun. You know, games are fun. Games don't make you violent, and anyone that actually thinks that they do, I say, pick up a game, play the game, and then I think you might have something to actually have a point, you know, to base an opinion of. Because how can you base an opinion on something you've never done yourself, or from something you barely have any experience with? Because just playing one or two games doesn't make you exactly someone who knows what he's talking about. I mean, I can let's say I'm doing something in politics. I don't know. I walk with a politician for 2 days. Does that make me an expert on politics? No, of course not. So once again, politicians or any other asshole that has shit to say about games, actually play games and then judge about it, you know, because it's just a load of bullshit. And well, that's about it. It's I can go on an endless loop and telling how much bullshit it is, but I think you know about now how I feel about it, and it's I just hope you never forget that, you know, games are fun, and they should always be fun. Because when games stop being fun, then what is the point of playing them? You know? So, anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully I see you in another video of Science on Saturday. And, well, it's a bit late here now. It's 3 a.m., so I should probably sleep. Just like, no, he's not sleeping. Well, I just wanted to put him to sleep, but apparently he's not tired. Anyway, that was a failed attempt of closing the video in an amusing way. Well, let me blow someone up with this gun just one more time.
Enemy ship flying in.
Yep. So I should probably get off the road. Actually, in case you don't know, this is I think called the rectifier. Oh shit, this late. This is the rectifier. You get this weapon if you buy the season pass in Saints Row 4. So if you don't have it, this is a good reason to get it. Well, hello, sir. Oh man, I'm laughing too much. It makes me hurt. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next Science on Saturday.